What was the compromise that was on the table?
Right now, if your state's worth less than $1 million, you're exempt. The Republicans wanted $5 million. They settled on 2.5.
Seems reasonable.
It wasn't reasonable.
Look.
It wasn't in driving distance of reasonable.
These people have paid taxes on this money already. They paid it in income tax. They paid it in property tax, capital gains. They got to pay...
Don't say it.
A death tax?
98% of estates pay no taxes at all. We're talking about people who are loaded.
Do you think just because people can afford a tax, it should be levied?
I think if we're going to spend millions of dollars on tax breaks, we should consider spending it on people who don't have millions of dollars.
$1 million isn't what it used to be.
And they don't make good yachts anymore. What'd they say?
The meeting's not going to be rescheduled.
How do they know?
Legislative Affairs has it from 3 rural House Democrats that Ways and Means is trolling for votes.
On a complete repeal.
Yeah.
Huh. Screw it. We went from $1 million to 2.5. What if we throw in another?
No.
I'm saying maybe we expand the compromise.
They're not going to reschedule the meeting.
Well, how do we know until
Because it's not about the estate tax. They want what they want, and they can get what they want now, right?
The meeting's not going to be rescheduled. What do you think?
I can tell you what he thinks. He thinks we roll with it. He thinks a president can't be against tax cuts in an election year. He thinks since our key districts have farms that are going to be inherited, we have to... Huh. He thinks we roll with it.
I think he should take out the A-bomb. I think he's got to do something he's never done even once before. You think I'm weak? How about I shove Article 1, Section 7 up your ass? Screw the compromise. I think he's got a veto.
Toby, I just don't know on how many fronts we can fight a war. You want to find out?
Yeah.
Josh,
Yes, sir.
a ballerina?
Yeah, I didn't know what it was at the time. I like the word.
We'll go with that for now.
Mr. President, we're here to recommend that you threaten to veto any repeal of the estate tax.
Really?
Yes, sir.
What happened with Richardson?
No guarantees. He wants to see what we're going to do next.
Let's make the threat.
You like this?
Yes, sir.
I thought you don't oppose a tax cut in an election year.
Well, let's be clear. We're not talking about opposing a tax cut. We're talking about vetoing one. Your first veto ever. That's shooting the moon.
I'll say.
I like the bold gesture. I think you got to get out the stamp.
You sign it. You don't do it with a stamp.
I thought it was a stamp.
Actually, you stamp it, then sign it.
Who gives a damn, sir? This is a tax cut that benefits only 4,500 families.
Doesn't matter if most voters don't benefit. They all believe that someday they will. That's the problem with the American dream. Makes everyone concerned for the day they're going to be rich. The governors of Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, and Utah, along with the Senate Majority Leader and the Speaker of the House, are calling me a fringe environmentalist, because I'm listening to the Secretary of the Interior and the Secretary of Agriculture, along with the U.S. Forest Service, Chief Ranger, and the Park Superintendent. They say letting the fire burn is good for the environment, and I'm betting on a weather report of all things. It's just one of those times.